It's all good. It's all good. I think they struck the video. You know, that's Joe Rogan. It is what it is. I ain't mad at the man. You dig what I'm talking about? He popped me even with using fair use. It's cool. Y'all share the like out there. Share the link, man. Share the link. Thumb up the video. Share the link. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't ask y'all to do nothing else. Just thumb up the video. Share the link. You dig what I'm talking about? Come on back in. Come on back in. It's one thing about being on the side of the creator, man. You start to actually know what you're looking at. And when you understand that all things work towards a greater purpose, and even when things seems negative or down, or you know, even they work to the better. So one thing I just got out of that situation is whatever he talking about, I need to look into. You dig what I'm saying? Um, Man, I could have showed 100 different videos up here, but I mean, it could be just, you know, Joe Rogan just big money, and he got attack dogs on it like that. You know, I ain't mad at him. You know, it is what it is. But I know what I know. You see what I'm saying? I definitely know what I know, and I know for a fact I was definitely supposed to go over there and at least look at what's going on, right? Still look at it. My bad, y'all. You dig what I'm talking about? They thumped me off the line and wouldn't let me show the video and whatnot. You know what I mean? You know, so with that being said, there are some parts of the video that I did see. You know what I mean? And let's see. Um, I don't even know if I want to show it now. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't even want to know if I showed it. If I show it, and I gotta go and dispute that mug. You dig what I'm saying? They'll try to tear your channel up. You dig what I'm saying? We back. Yeah. We back. We back. You know how it is, man. You know how it is. That's why I don't get attached to this stuff. Y'all gotta remember I'm from the era of not taking pictures, not getting up here. You know, uh, they used to have a saying, the game is to be sold, not to be told. Right? And if you negative and declension, you in these streets, you dig what I'm talking about, especially bad. Yeah, that's true. It's true, but it's nonetheless negative, and it's wrong, and it's a self-defeating prophecy, right? Because what if I can't pay for it, but I need this knowledge, and you got it, and you die with it? Guess what? The knowledge dies with you. Hmm? So in effect, they're absolutely wrong when they tell you the game is to be sold, not told. Remember, that's a selfish nigga. In his core, he's selfish. You dig what I'm talking about? But it's all good. We can get into a bunch of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm gonna just drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link. They ain't stop no flow or nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Cause I can go right into it. Drop the link real quick, man. Anybody want to come in, chop it up with your boy Cosmonian? You dig what I'm saying? It's a few things that we was asked that I kind of still wanted to show because I wanted to help the brother put it together. You dig what I'm saying? And one of the forces, I heard him explain it, and he's talking about the vortex, but how we say it works is backwards. It's exactly backwards. He thinks the greatest force is at the poles, and that's actually the weakest force. David Long in the house. Who I got? OG up in this thing. David Long, man. Tell me something good.
Yeah, what I got from the little bit that was going on was Brother Terrence Howard was speaking about splitting dimensions. And I learned about that a long time ago in some books written by Dr. Tuesday Lobsang Rampa. They're on Blue Friend now, and you can listen to them. I'm not sure exactly which book, but it was one of them.
And when you say in dimension, what you mean? I mean, for everybody, who don't know, explain it to us.
There are many different dimensions. Like 2-dimensional is a plane, right? 3-dimensional is like the world we're in. We're in a 3-dimensional world. Now, a 4th-dimensional world would be to include time and maybe space, which would be a spiritual world.
I thought that would be.
You think is where you are at, like the astral plane.
I thought maybe time and space, since matter, right? You need matter for time. You know what I mean? And you need space. I thought that would come in the 3rd dimension.
No, that's 4th dimension, 5th dimension, and 6th dimension on up through.
Okay.
The reason being is in the physical plane.
So time is on the 4th dimension?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have you ever seen any of these near-death experiences?
Yes.
You'll notice that the time from where they're at in their while they're out of the body, while they're dead and being revived, seems to be a longer time there than the actual time it took for them to get out and be revived in minutes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a time difference. Now, actually, time, I believe, on the higher dimensions are sped up tremendously.
Correct.
Do you remember the old Star Trek episode where they hear this buzzing thing?
Yeah.
And they're functioning in a higher dimension. And when Kirk and McCoy, I believe it was, get zapped, right? They seem to disappear from the crew on the Enterprise, and the Enterprise seems to be standing still or moving really, really slow.
Right, but they were actually just moving faster than everything.
Exactly.
Right. That's the
electromagnetic. This is the concept behind that. That dimension split.
Well, they did prove that a thing can be in 2 places at the same time.
Yeah. So that would be called bilocation.
Yeah, exactly. All right, they use that using that particle in CERN.
Yeah, particle accelerator. And in fact, I put up a video on Brother Yaquab's uh, uh,
Shut
Facebook.
up, my brother Yaquab, man. You need to come over here. Come on, deal with your people, man. You just come on home. You dig what I'm talking about? I know you new to it, and I understand your zeal. You dig what I'm talking about? But come sit over here and sharpen your sword with your brothers first. You dig what I'm talking about? Get your. When I say sharpen your sword, I'm not talking about a real sword. I'm talking about a theoretical sword, your mind.
Now, you could say the sword of the mind.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Come build with your bruh. So when it is time that, you know, it is time for you to come back and take that to your people, you dig what I'm saying? You will be able to uh, come with some uplifting words. You dig what I'm talking about without hurting any feelings. You dig what I'm talking about? And actually, in the end of the day, uh, even if they don't, even if they won't admit it, then admit that that you're on the right path, right? And that you're also not saying that they're on the wrong path. So you'll be able to clear that up just with simple conversation. You know what I mean? And understanding about what you're talking about. Right. And letting them know that, yo, what you talking about is not what I'm talking about. Every time you think you talking about what I'm talking about, you're not. And so when you get those type of understandings, you dig what I'm saying with people. I mean, just it gives a clarity, and that comes with just learning and reading and knowing and practicing. And you dig what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, you gotta put OWASP down to actually even get it. Yeah, you got to live it. You see what I'm saying? This is why I appreciate JBN for what he did. We did what I'm talking about. I appreciate him for what he did, but you did what I'm saying at the same time. And I'm thankful for this life. But at the same time, if your focus is on creator, you can do this with no book. You don't need no book. Even if you didn't even believe the creator, but you believed in just doing good to others, if that's your highest life, you already on point. You could be a straight atheist. But if your highest light is to do good to other people and you're doing that because that's what you know is good, you're already on the path, whether you know it or not. The thing is, and I always say it, are you good? That's what cut everything to the core. You can tell me all you want to. You could talk it to death. You know? But if it ain't adding up to some light, adding up to helping somebody, what is the purpose? We gonna get there one day, though, Dave. We may not see it. Neither me nor you. But we'll see it in the next life. You dig what I'm talking about? I guarantee you I'll see you in the second resurrection, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I see you up there. You dig what I'm saying? And we got
Okay. Here's something for you, Cosmon.
Huh?
Here's something for you, brother Cosmon Cal.
Yes, sir.
Which would you say is the faster, the speed of light or the speed of thought?
Huh. I would say thought.
You'd be exactly right.
Yeah, I'd say thought. I can outthink light.
Yep, the speed of thought. Because when you're out in the astral, you move at the speed of thought.
Correct. And you dig what I'm saying? I knew this too, but what they're calling the 6-point star or the Kaaba, which is actually a spinning vortex that keeps your soul together.
Yeah.
There's a tether to it, like a socket, like a plug.
Yeah. Sometimes it's called the silver cord.
The silver cord.
Yeah.
Most times you can't see. I can't see it.
No.
But that thing that spins around you, it's a pyramid upside down and a pyramid right side up, and you can't see it. But it's a vehicle. It's a car. And
it's like, called the Merkaba.
The Merkaba. That's correct. And it moves by thought and by what you know. You got to know it though. This is why also why you have ashars who teach you as an insane. You did what I'm talking about. They teach you how to walk, where things is, because if you can think of it, you can be there.
Yep.
But it's the Merkaba that actually moves, that keeps your body together in the ether of space.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
Just like a world. It's like an atmosphere is to a world that keeps it compressed and together. And it does that for the soul. And what I found out is that the higher your spiritual rate is, the bigger you are spiritually. So you could be an iron, but your spiritual bigness, you would be massive. You dig what I'm talking about? You could be a 2-foot man, but your physicality wasn't large, but the thing in you that made that thing go, that little piece of creator, that spark has now grew to be
a giant flame.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened to Hoab when he crystallized form in the book of Pragapati.
That's the best story never told. If I ever get the money to make a movie, I'm gonna make the story of Pragapati and Hoab.
Yeah.
You couldn't call it Pragapati and Hoab, but you dig what I'm talking about. That's the greatest story I've ever, because what it lets you know is if Hoab could do it, you can do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hoab he wasn't like a low down dirty dog,
No, I mean? He was just basically lazy.
And he was good with where he was at.
Yeah. He was satisfied where he was at.
He stood on that strong, and that's what created what he knew. He stood on. He did this without no belief in the creator at all. He became true God of the earth. Oh my, listen.
Oh, that's after. That's after. That's after Pragapati got him to thinking.
But even even forgot, but he didn't know why he was talking to him. Jaja had already picked Hoab. He didn't even know.
Fragapati had it all figured out.
I don't think so, because he at first he didn't. Then he caught on, and then he started schooling Hoab. He got him to thinking, and Hoab was like, "Yo, man, you know what? You're right." You know what I mean? He was like, "I never thought of it." But the beauty of it is, this man was on earth a drunk. He was a drunk.
I'm trying to think of there's a part in Fragapati where he said he had policy in this because he was going in Jehovah's name, he was going to make Hoab the god of this world at the ending of his little sojourn here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's somewhere in there because I read it.
Uh-huh. And what did he say?
He said he had policy in this because he was going to make Hoab the god of this world before he departed.
You know what the dope part about that?
Before he departed in the dawn of Dan. And the dawn, I believe, at that point was what, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, it was about 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of when Hoab turned on, though, he went into hell headlong.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Listen, he said, forgot, but he told him. Hold on, let's get a little of that, man. Let's get a little of that Forgoppity, man. Since they
put that up there.
About it, since they've been talking about it, you know what I mean? Since they've been talking about it. They don't know what's really going on with my dog. And Forgoppity is mentioned and remembered in the Vedic text. You dig what I'm talking about? The Brahmana's text as Prajapati. He is the very first ruler, god, who was ever able to pick his successor. That started with Forgoppity. Right? And he does the same thing in the Indian lore.
Yeah. Well, you can see how it all ties together because Brahma's son, Ved, was the one that made the Vedas.
Yeah, the Vedas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
that was Brahma and Utev's son, Ved.
And founded the Vrishvedi or the Vedics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
The ancient Vedics. Okay. Now, you talk about the part where he's like, hey, Forgoppity, man, I can't hold this light too much longer.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to buckle up, champ. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he said it burnt the. Hold on.
It said something about if you got any faith, do it now because I can't hold it long.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you should try Zeredho, which was where Hoab's heaven was.
Yeah, Zeradu.
Yeah.
Hold on, but it's he tells him. But he tells him it what does he exactly say to him? He says, you burn he said it burned off him. I thought the word was dross.
Yeah. The word was dross. It burns
Right.
the dross. Yes.
And he said,
There is
uh
Zeredho right there.
yeah, but
Yeah. You're getting there.
yeah, hold on. I'm trying to remember exactly what he says to him. He says became whiter like than a diamond. Uh um,
There. Just go
no,
back up, man. This will set the tone for it. 2013-10. Read that to the people. Yeah, 2013-10.
all right, this is Hoab speaking to Fergopity.
Yes.
Hoab said, I perceive your wisdom, O chief. He's talking to God at this time. How then shall we find a line by which we can train this economy? Right? Over here, economy, it says the wise balance between too much and too little, a fruitful policy. He says, if we do not inspire them with faith to accomplish, they will accomplish nothing. If we teach them, they are dependent on Jehovah for all things, that Jehovah does all things, that no man can change his own destiny, that he is moved as a machine, then we will make non-entities of our people. On the other hand, if we inspire them that they can accomplish, it will grow upon them, and finally they will believe that they do all and Jehovah nothing. This was the mire my other kingdom ran into. And Fergopity spoke and saying, you perceive that reason cannot solve the matter. Let us then suspend the subject, and I will take you to Moro and her kingdoms, and there we may obtain facts more pertinent than opinion or reason, right? So it's like the whole thing, Fergopity is schooling
Yep.
Hoab,
He's setting Hoab right up.
right? And Hoab is he on fire. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I know that feeling when that people believe the spirit ain't real. Or like even when they was in church and they was dancing and jumping around, they don't even believe that spirit real. Because they see the falsity of the false gods, and they understand that many people are faking, but there are some people that the spirit really moved them.
Oh yeah.
And then they don't understand Druges, you know what I mean, that right next to where you praying is is another spirit praying right with you.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta go down here.
It's a ways down because he's visiting Echad.
Yeah. It's when he go see Echad.
Yeah. Well, after he goes to Echad, then he comes back to the mountains. and that's where he finds them hells, and that's where
This is a crazy story right here.
yeah.
C2, Forgopati and C2.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is a crazy story right here. You know what I mean? This is like two bosses just pulling up on each other, just talking. You know what I
Well,
mean?
C2, he's an Otian, you see.
Yeah. Yeah, he way even beyond
Yeah,
Forgopati.
he's beyond Orion and Nirvanian. He's on the surveys of magnitudes.
Yeah, man. He way out there. He said he had another 500 million years just to go. He only went halfway.
Yeah.
And he said that he never seen the same thing twice.
Twice. Yep.
Now, okay. So he's going to is it when he sees your Tante or is it when he sees it Chad?
I think it's after he sees Ichad. I think because Yatante, he goes and tells him how he makes Hachadawa the happy hunting ground. You see,
Right.
In the Americas, and Ichad, I believe, is the god of the West.
Here.
West West Wing, yeah. Hachadawa, yeah.
Yeah, happy hunting ground.
That's the first level, and then Yatante is the second level, and there's schools there.
Yeah,
it's a subjective kingdom, the only subjective kingdom on Earth.
On Earth,
yeah.
Just think about it. They got
this is where the infants and abortions and such are taken to be taught subjectively on earth life, so they can hear and see and hear corporeal sounds.
So I always had a question I never asked nobody. Now, when the angels lost their bodies, right, started creating the lamentations, you dig what I'm saying? Obviously, they didn't finish learning all their physical lessons. Did they go to Yatante to finish off learning those lessons?
No, Yatante wasn't created back then. It was created in the time of Pragapati.
It was Horrid.
Yeah.
Well, where did they end up learning or finish off learning their physical lives?
I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't say in Owaspy after the angels who didn't have physical lives went and mated with the Asawans. It doesn't say after they gave up their physical lives that they where they went and finished their corporeal learning. But I would imagine that they went to a subjective heaven.
That's what I was asking. That's why I was asking. Did they go to Yatante? Well,
no,
like you said,
because
it could have been there. It wasn't there yet.
Yeah, it wasn't created yet. Right. Yatante was created in the time of Pragapati.
Well, I'm wondering though, today if the understanding of the machinery had been to the point to where it could be a heaven, they could make it literally look like anything, right?
Yeah.
Did they have it then? And did they make something subjective for the people then? How did they end up learning? They had to learn that physical lesson to rise up as gods, and we know they learned it. So the thing is, where did y'all go?
I'm sure that I think it was after. I'm
2017,
thinking it
right?
was after AF. Yeah, I'm thinking that it was after AF that that the gods that took over were from Earth, and I do believe they were Ahin, or the most of them at that point in time were Ahin.
Yeah.
Because it's got the breakdown of uh, who was being able at that time uh, to be raised up, and who went out in darkness. And I believe it was. I believe that Asa went out, I think, in a total of 8,000 years, if I remember correctly. From the time of his creation to the time of his dissipation was, I believe, in total 8,000 years.
For Asu?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know I'm getting towards it. Oh well, starting to get it together.
Yep. You're getting there.
Hell not. See, dig what I'm talking about. My dog getting it together, man. Oh, wait, yeah. And when Hoab came to the core of the knot, behold, he found Oib. This is who they call your Tahuti.
Yep.
Even before Tahuti, this is the ibis headed god.
Yep.
Right?
The falsely self-styled Thor.
Yep. The false god who falsely styled himself
Yep.
Thor, the Etherian. And in the midst of the knot, they had jewels of rare value and stolen crowns and stolen symbols and rods, holy water, urns, incense, and a broken wheel of the creator, a broken triangle of the gods, and in fact, so many things that one could write a book to describe it all. Suffice it to say, the false god and his kingdom had collapsed. Ooh-wee. And he fell, crushed in the glory of his throne. Same thing happened to Christ. Same thing's gonna happen to the followers of the false Christ today.
Yep.
Buddha, Brahma,
Exactly. Sooner
everything.
or later,
Sooner or
the
later, it's
false
coming
Brahma,
soon.
the false Buddha, or whoever, uh, are taking their places in this
We,
time and space,
we're seeing,
they're going to
we're
end the
seeing the
same way.
fall. Yeah, even the beginning of the fall between the Christian God and the Muslim God. They
Yep.
fighting over in Iran and in Israel right now.
Yep.
You
And
Ukraine.
these type of false gods is like Astaroth and Baal going at it. Either they're going to win all or they're going to destroy all.
And they
That's
that's their
mindset.
yep. And and then we got a lot of people aren't taken into account that we see Confucius moving, right? A lot of people don't know who that is, and in the end time story. You dig what I'm talking about? They know who Christ is. They know
Yeah.
who Brahma, Buddha, and Allah is. They know, but they don't know the Confucians, right? And they are a combination of people now, and it looks like multiple things, but it's only one thing, right? It's Confucianism, and
And
it
here's
that is,
a thing, Brother Cosmon.
yeah.
You know that the false gods, Inachizza, Kabalactes, and Luiamong, they set up 49 saviors.
False saviors, correct?
Yeah,
Before Yeshua,
exactly.
yeah, before Yeshua.
To
This is where you get
to
your,
seal their doctrines
your
in blood till the
correct.
end
This
of
is
the
where
earth.
correct. This is where you get your false Manito from over in the Americas. This is where you get your second false Atura. This is where you
Yeah,
get your Quetzalcoatl from, right?
exactly.
Right.
And the thing is, I don't understand why JJ didn't pick up on that Quetzalcoatl. You know, if he's
He
so
never seen it.
learned.
He never seen it. You got to actually read it to know it's in there.
Well, I'm sure he's seen some things on the internet somewhere or other about South American beliefs and Mayan and Incan beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, what would he use it for? What? How could he use it against us?
Well, I don't know if but I know it should have something should have triggered there. You know, at least it should have came into that uh, when when was doing the debates.
Well,
I
like I
I
said,
don't
you gotta
know.
let us know
It's
it's even
like
there.
somebody said, what he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer or something like that.
But I'm telling you, OG, you gotta know it's there. You had to looked at that. You dig what I'm
Well,
talking?
I've done a lot of studying. I've never really been into a dogmatic religion.
Me neither.
I studied them,
Well,
many of them. In fact, when I came back out of the army, I had 2 footlockers full of paperback books
all right.
that I'd read. And you know how big a military footlocker is. I had 2 footlockers full of them, right up to the top.
All right.
And they was on subjects from astral projection on through to Zarathustra.
You got some old stuff on Zarathustra?
And everything in between,
Yeah, you
from
gotta
A
bring
to
out some of that.
Z.
You gotta bring out you gotta bring out some of that good stuff on Zarathustra, man. Come on, bring it
Well,
on.
I don't have those books anymore, but I remember reading them, such as Creative Visualizations by Gina Sermonera.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Several Ruth Montgomery books. Jess Stern and what's that other lady's name? Thomas Segru, Beyond the River. Like I say, several books of Tuesday Lobsang Rampa. And the Gulf Breeze Incident, Incident at Exeter, Interrupted Journey by John G. Fuller. Just some of them. that I
Yeah.
read. And
I ain't
they
never
were
read nothing
basically
about
about UFOs.
what is it
John
called
Keel,
again? What is it called again, Dave?
which one?
You said the last one you just said.
Oh,
About
Interrupted Journey
yeah.
by John G. Fuller. That's a
Fuller.
story of Betty and Barney Hill, couple in New Hampshire. They got taken aboard a UFO.
I didn't know. I've heard that story before. I didn't know who wrote it.
Yeah,
Ah.
John G. Fuller.
Uh. Hold on.
I believe you can look that up on Amazon.
Um. Hold on.
I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but I had it when paperback when it came out. I believe in the 60s sometime. I believe it was, and that was even before I went in the army.
Yeah, you've been doing this a long time. You've been doing this a long time. How long you been in faith this day?
Oh well, I've basically since 2000 when I found Waspy. Uh, my little boots led me into an antique store, and boom, there it was. And I didn't know what an Waspy was, but I took a look at it, opened up the cover, and when I seen the cover on that and creators angel ambassadors, I said, okay, that's the book for me. I went and bought it right then and there for $25. Now before that I checked with Barnes and Noble. You want to know how much they wanted for it? Upward of $600.
Straight up.
Straight up. I bought it for 25 in Sedona, Arizona in
Man,
2000.
what does this dude say to him, man? He says, now you gonna make me go in the book of frag. You got me about to say fragapatty. I don't even say that. Fragopity.
Well,
Man,
I'm really not too much on pronunciations.
yeah. You know who got me on that?
I believe it
Uh
was Sister Susan Martinez, wasn't it?
yeah. She checks me every time. You dig what I'm saying? And it burned her britches that I said Jehovih.
Yeah.
Man, she wanted to choke me. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my big sis. Shout out Pooch, man. We love you. Got to come on back, do the second part of that sounding out the ancient languages for us. You dig what I'm saying? So I try to you know sound it out how she said. You dig what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
when it sounds right, it hits different. It hit different.
Oh yeah. There's definitely a tonal quality to everything.
Okay. Here he is. This is where
How would you say
bad.
there's definitely a tonal quality and a harmonics to everything. I
Mm-hmm.
almost forgot the harmonics part.
Okay. I'm at the part where Fragopity is meeting
Oh yeah, this is a scarlet hat thing
Chad
I
with
was
the high
looking for.
ram, where it
Yeah.
gives the high ram on Habakkuk's head.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it
Yeah.
after
I
this?
was looking for that with his sister last night.
Girachi.
Finally found it.
I'm trying to. You say it's after that?
I am believing so, because he crystallized in form and then went about
Right.
exercising
Is
his
that what it
new
is? That what it
power.
says? It says diamond or crystallized. What does it say? That
Crystallized.
crystallized.
His form crystallized.
That's what it says. That's the word.
Yeah. When he finally had faith in Jehovah and said something about give me hell or anything, give me fire, hell, or anything thou wilt. And then his form crystallized and he understood. And then he went about like a wild man practicing it.
Hold on.
More words somewhat to that effect.
Okay. Is it crystallized
I
or
believe
is it
so.
diamond? Crystallized.
Yeah. I believe it was crystallized. I don't know if yours works like mine, but when mine comes up with a word, it has several words, and I just keep going till I find the right one in the right sentences that I was looking for. And there's a lot of words that got crystal in it. And like maybe 30 so of them.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Here you go. All right. 11 and 11.
No, just go up just a little bit more. Just go up a little bit more. Okay. There now. Well, there you go. Yeah. Probably just start it at the it's the first verse 21 or chapter 11 verse 1. So that way people get a overview.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second, Daddy. Hold on one second. All right. Let's get. Hey, leave that in here so I can go take it up there. Let me see. Okay. This is Book of Forgopity 11 and 5. It says, Forgopity said, by your power, O Creator, a wall of fire shall encompass these people around. What he's doing is he's breaking up a hell knot, right? And the best way I can explain a hell knot to you is a mass of people compressed together so much to where they've almost jelly and liquefied into each other. So they are
Yep.
like a oozing gelatinous
Mass.
mass of living, crying, oozing spirits.
Correct. All wound up in one another.
Right. Almost like you would be the floor. You would become like people would literally walk on you, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean? You would, you would be like a mass, a clump of like
Yeah.
fetid spirit
The
bodies pushed together, literally by the pressure of evil.
Yeah, the pressure is all directed into the center, which
Correct.
would be where the false god would be.
Correct. They shall not escape, for were they to return to a nation of mortals, they would inoculate them to death. Look at that. Fire, O Creator, fire, you all purifier. And he cast his hands outward and upward in majesty, and there rose up walls of fire on the face of the mountains, and its light fell into the valleys of Ubsa, the pit of hell. To the east and west and north and south, Forgopati turned, saying, a wall of fire, a wall of fire. And he himself shone as a sun, united with the eternal all creator. Now look, this is God dropping the fire around a hell knot. What you would think of as commonly hell is that, right? But those places are literally like jails. They're
Yeah,
made, right? They're made like buildings. And in those buildings, they'll have some of these knots. And sometimes the knots get so massive they can't be held, right? So they're just on the earth.
yeah.
You dig what I'm talking about? And they got to get broke up over time. So he's walling them in. So these little
Now
slippers,
you've got to
they like
wall them
roaches.
in, and
It's like
you've got to
roaches.
use either a rod of water or a rod of fire, or a taint to dust, the hand
Yeah.
movements.
We about to get into it right now.
Yeah,
A wall of fire, and he himself shone as a sun, united with the eternal all creator, whose voice was power to wield, the elements to his will. Presently, there were hemmed into one field more than 500 million demonic, low, dangerous spirits. That's what a Druja is.
yeah,
Who by the sudden transformation were roused up to desperate wildness and bated breath, running here and there, first one way and then the other. You see why he put the wall up now?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. And yet there were other millions of them, so low, so stupid and crazed that the others ran over them as if they were only a heap of rubbish. Death. Then Forgopati went to Hoab, saying, for pity's sake, come and help me. And persuade your hosts also. Get your homeboys to come with you too. And Hoab said, oh, friend, he talking to God. I want y'all to understand who he talking to. He talking to the true God. He telling him, true God trying to break up a hell knot. He turned on the lights. There's roaches running everywhere. He tell him, nigga, step on some of this stuff. And look what Hoab tell it. Hoab say, oh, friend and brother, do not mock me. You have undone me entirely. He said, man, I can't do what you just did. Nigga, you just dropped fire out the sky. What you mean help you? Hoab like, you don't need no help. He said, man, dog, I am nothing next to you. He said, dog, wait a minute, where'd you keep the fire, homie? You see what I'm talking about? He astounded. He was
oh
like,
yeah,
don't play with me. He was like, dude, I'm undone. Bro, my mind, what he's saying is, my mind is blown.
Not only that, but that light is starting to burn him and it pierces him.
He says, I am nothing. My hosts are nothing. For pity's sake, temper your own light. It pierces me through. Watch what Forgopity tell him. Watch what he tell him. Forgopity said, shall I not send you back to quickly to Xeridu with your host? Hoab said, my wish is nothing. My will is nothing. That light getting at him. You dig what I'm talking about? Yours and the great all powers. Look, you see, he made a distinction. He knew the power of Agapity, but he also knew that he got it from the great all power.
Yeah.
He said, yours and the great all powers, who must give you yours if he is all power. See the difference between God and the creator now?
Oh, yeah. Right there it is.
Forgopity said, if you ever had faith in your life, I charge you now to quickly summon it upon your soul for the great creator, Yahweh, Jehovah, Ego Quim or Maz, the great Hotien, is with me now. And just ask and speak in faith by the creator, and it shall be granted to you. Speak quickly, while yet the power holds upon me. Shall I put it on 1,000-fold more light? Huh? You better hurry up. You want me to turn up some more? I can't hold it. He said a great power on me, the creator on me. God said I can't hold it. Huh? He said, hurry up. Speak quickly. While yet this power holds upon me, shall I put on 1,000-fold more light? He can't stand it where it's at. He said, I can go 1,000 more. That's that light I want. I want some of this. He said, say, in faith I will endure all for the glory of the creator. Give me fire or torments, or whatever you will, O creator. Hoab trembled. It's a man, y'all. This is a one-time man with no faith in the creator.
Yeah.
You are light years ahead of this man. And he became true God. Huh? Huh? If he can do it, I can do it. Hoab trembled and then strained in every part. And at last, suddenly sprang up, facing the light, melting in the flame of fire. And he said, I will endure all. In faith of you, O creator, give me fire or torments or whatever you will. From this time forward, I will do for you forever. Look, this man was a drug. He possibly was a cannibal. Look. Presently, his spirit took the crystal form, and the victory, glory, glory, and the victory dawned upon his soul. A smile, when you know, a smile denoting knowledge of all holiness and majesty gleamed in his countenance. This man was a drunk. He didn't even believe in the Creator. This man was in the pit of the depths of darkness, of self. Look where he at now. Because he figured it out. He figured out the one thing that you got to figure out. That's Creator. And once you got it, you can't unsee it. You can't unknow it.
Exactly.
Look. A smile. Denoting all knowledge and all holiness and majesty gleamed in his countenance. He's shining, y'all. The light began to retract and to reflect from his face, brilliant in sunlight. He had conquered and won. Glory. Glory. This is the greatest story ever told. Forgopity said, quick, now seize the goal. Go forth, practicing your light for others. Look, he didn't stop, not a second. Quick, now seize the goal. What is he doing, y'all? He's clearing out of hell. Go forth, practicing your light for others, and it will grow like a giant. Giant-like. And Joab, who just a minute ago didn't have no faith. What? What? What y'all not understanding is he was just in a state where he couldn't get it. Got around that light. Look where he at now. He about to become God. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I want some of this. This what I want. I don't want lakes of hell, fire, and brimstone. I don't want nobody killing. I don't want blood high as the bridle on a horse. I I don't want no whoremongers. I'm good on the male prostitutes. I'm straight. I want some of this. This is what I want. And Joab was strong in faith. Nigga, Joab was strong in faith. What? Huh? What I'm gonna be? He ain't even believe in the Creator a year ago. What? This proved the Creator wasn't no liar. Said all men will approach the Godhead, mastering all things below them. Notice. I want y'all to notice. God didn't stop working. He said, go forth practicing your life for others. And Joab was strong in faith, almost mad with the delight of such wondrous change. And he rushed forth, commanding, come on, niggas, in the name of the Creator, rising up hundreds, thousands, even as he had been raised, crystallizing his homies. He went back over the fence and got his dogs. Man, peace to the righteous gods and the Nirvanian goddesses, man. He didn't forget his people. He didn't forget where he came from, and he turned them into gods too. Come on, man. Come on, man. You ain't got nothing like this. There ain't nothing like this in the world.
Do you know who he's raising up, brothers? He's raising up his host that came with him from Zerado.
Yup. This create a game.
Exactly.
This create a game. Raising up hundreds and thousands, even as they had been raised. Crystallizing in spirit, soul. Look, they worked for one full day and night, and all the Etherians with them. And they rescued and divided and subdivided the spirits of the darkness into grades and sections. And many of the spirits belonging to the host of Joab were thus raised to the second resurrection with light and power. How does it feel as a faithist to know today, especially in association, as the Creator gang, you about to die and go to the second resurrection? You see how far ahead of them you truly are? Huh? You see how far ahead of the game you are with this knowledge? They had to go through this, busting up hells and doing all this to get this knowledge to raise up to the second resurrection. You gonna die as a faithist today. As a Creator gang. You dig what I'm talking about? As a God and Nirvanian goddess, and you second resurrection all day. Every day you gonna wake up, says a second resurrection, looking at Sheba. Huh? You see how far of the game, ahead of the game you are than even Joab, and he made God. What are y'all missing? But the hundreds of millions of spirits in torments of hell, none were as yet raised, even to the first resurrection. All them people he just saved, right? They ain't even in the first resurrection. They lower than animals. They on that animalistic, beastly like level. But they were stirred up and routed out of lethargy. And the supplies of their drunkenness were cut off by the walls of fire created by Fergopity, which flamed upward ceaselessly day and night. It's crazy. And Fergopity fashioned sentinels with power near the walls of fire, commanding them to cast in the elements of ooze and brimstone. Ooze is foul air from dead people. Dang. Brimstone is a sulfurous gas. By ooze, we may presume the smell of rotting corpses. In other words, to keep the Druges contained, they were surrounded by ooze and brimstone, and the Etherians, knowing the chemical composition of such things, even as today we know how to make suffocating sulfur odor, could easily cast a thick wall of ooze and brimstone sulfurous gas, or the air, or the rotting carcass smell. Ugh. But that's what would have been in hell with them.
That's what you would need in creative. In the book of divinity where they teach creative, that's what they teach, some of it. As well as how to make good things, like flowers and perfumes.
On the second day, 1,000,000 Etherians, look, with rods of water, fire rods, and water rods, came from Moru in answer to Fergopity's commandment. And when they arrived before him and had saluted in the sign of Yahweh's name, he said to them, behold, I have established one signal center in hell. It will require 1,000 more centers before we have broken them up and delivered them. The marshal shall select from among you 10,000 of the rank of Das. Right? Das is, it's an angelic rank, right? And they deal specifically with that phone. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get it together. Okay, we'll get it together. So the marshals selected 10,000 from the Etherians of the rank of Das. Now notice how they move like an army. A whole bunch of them, ain't just one. So the marshals selected 10,000 from the Etherian ranks of Das. Now the Das are those who have attained to power with the rod or the wand, with water, and the rod with fire. So, man, they got a dope. If y'all in the anime, it's called Fog Hill. Man, where it's got like a fire water element. It's dope. Check it out. I think it's called Fog Hill Elementals or something like that. It's dope. But look how they got their little pistolas. You dig what I'm talking about? They got that little cueta. You dig what I'm saying? That little cueta, that little fire rod, that water rod, that'll get you together. You don't want to act right. You dig what I'm talking about? You gonna get right. You know what I mean? But they use it to inspire them one way or the other so they can move them. You see what I'm saying? Or they'll try to latch on to them, which is crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But a Das is like a soldier, right? He like a Green Beret. He know how to work that fire rod and that water rod. He'll get you together.
I think, brother, the Das is like your regular soldier, right? The ones that do it with a hand, right? Who master it with a hand, they can cast fire and water with the hands. They don't need the rod. They're like the Green Berets.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, these would be like your airborne rangers.
Yeah.
Talking about these your airborne rangers. These not your regular troops. These not regular troops. These are the dudes that's going to break up a hell. They're not playing. It's
Oh
not a
yeah.
game. It's real serious.
Well,
You do, and you can get
there's
hurt.
brother. There's a difference between special forces and rangers.
Correct. Correct. So I think these just rangers and the dudes that's coming in doing it with the hand like Fragopity. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
they're
They would be
special forces.
the special forces.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Just
agree
so
with
we're on the same level.
no, I agree with that. And he said, now the Das are those who have attained to power with the rod, with water, and the rod with fire, but not with the hand, like the ranks above it. They go among the denizens of the signal center in hell with two rods, casting water with one and fire with the other. So I kind of almost in my mind, I see him moving like almost like martial arts.
Yep, yep, yep.
You dig what I'm talking about? And they blasting out water on one side, fire on one side.
Fire
They
on you.
like
Correct.
like
Yep,
like almost new using them like a like you would do a let's say a Wing Chun style. You dig what I'm
yep.
talking about? You
You're.
got water
Yep.
and fire blasting out. You dig what I'm talking about? And I wonder, it makes sense if if they in a hell like that, and we know that it's the whole surrounding that's kind of messed.
Now,
I
the way
wonder,
I see the way I see this is they got water in one hand, and they get fire in the other hand, and they're twirling, spinning like a vortex.
yeah, I can see that too. I
Can
can
you
see
see
that.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But I think they would wear suits. These I think the DOS would have had, especially if you spin it, you would have had water high and water low,
Yeah.
fire high and fire low. I think
Correct.
it would have been a suit, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously they
Because
men.
the hands while they're spinning are going both up and down. One's
And the
going
feet.
up, the other's going down. The other's
And
going up, the other's going down.
yeah, and the feet. So think like have you ever seen Avatar? I mean, they got these
Yeah.
people called firebenders,
Yeah.
right? Where they can the fire come
They're-
from the hands doing the stance. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Doing the Chinese stance, gaining their chi. So they blow the
Yeah.
fire from their hands or from their feet, from their mouth, wherever. You dig what I'm talking about? I think it's something like that for the guys who can work it with the hand.
Yeah.
And then
A very, very good visualization. Yes.
yeah, and then for the guys with the water rod, you dig what I'm saying? I think it's more it's weaponry, it's machinery. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Correct. Yeah. Very good visualization right there. Yes.
Yeah, hold on one second. All right. Hey, hey, Dave, man, I gotta go handle some business real quick.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I just did.
uh, yeah, I mean, whatever, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll wait till you get back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, I'm just saying, like he said, if you subscribe to that, it's wild to believe. Shit, it's wild to believe that you think the same God that told you thou shalt not kill is the same God that told you to kill babies.
Nah, they're definitely not the same. The same.
That's wild.
The false gods
That's wild is
are the
that
ones that
what's wild is
do
that
all the mischief.
what's wild is that somebody would praise a God that got whooped by a man. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying. I'm talking
yeah,
about I'm talking about in the spirit world. You dig what
yeah,
I'm talking about? You don't got none of this information. You don't, you know, that thing that you feeling right now that you think is so crazy, it's called cognitive dissonance.
yeah,
Because you don't understand how the spirit world works. The man, you ain't seen a pistol before? That ain't hard to think of. Don't a pistol blow fire?
oh yeah,
You ain't never seen a water hose before? Just imagine having a really strong one, able to be held in hand. Really not. It's all about comprehension at this point. I don't know what you is, bro. It don't matter what you is. I mean, I'm just letting you know that the whole you know, feeling crazy about something you ain't never heard before is called cognitive dissonance. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you know, bro. I ain't putting nothing on you. I ain't burning no bread on you. You dig what I'm
well,
saying?
they should at least try to visualize it, and understand it
It's
before
the
they,
first time they ever
start
heard it.
laughing at it.
No, it's okay. It's the first time they ever heard it. You dig what I'm talking about? You know how the child, you know how the child mind react when cognitive dissonance kick in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it, and it is mind blowing. It is mind blowing just to try to comprehend on these levels. You ain't got to believe. Ain't nobody even asking you to believe it.
Oh
I don't give
no.
a damn what it, listen, what would your belief help me? How? How would anybody's belief help me? How would even my belief help me? Only true knowledge is gonna help. You dig what I'm saying? So in the end of the day, you dig what I'm saying? You gotta be able to comprehend on higher levels. You dig what I'm talking about? And if you confused, that's your fault.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of these people nowadays, before they got dumbed down, about the best I can say, or they got hypnotized and fell asleep. Uh, I'm sure
Maybe.
that when in their younger days they had some experience somewhere along the line of a psychic phenomena of some sort or other, and when reading uh, things of spiritual nature, it should trigger those memories.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I can think of at least 5 times I should be dead. Off the top of my head, I can think about 5 times that I should easily just be dead. And some miraculous stuff happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You did what I'm talking
Uh,
about. That's it. You did what I'm talking
some
about.
type
So it is
of
what it is.
situation.
That's the thing. I'm not asking nobody to come over here and be down or try to be cool or believe what we believe or Nothing like this. Just remember, this is information you ain't never, ever, ever heard in your life before. You did what I'm talking about? You never heard none of this. You don't got information nowhere in the world that can match with OWASP. Nothing you know. You dig what I'm talking about? Nothing you know. You've never heard nothing like this, and you don't have anything to match it. Spiritually, morally, scientifically, cosmologically, none of that. We'll burn Kemet down. Kemet is lightweight. Yeah, they lightweight. We're going to get them out of there easier. They better be easy too. We're going to get them out of there just like the Hebrews. You dig what I'm talking about? They going to even be easier.
Well,
they're going to try to say they don't believe in what they believe in. It's not like the aspect of nature. How did OWASP say that y'all was going to say that in 1882? I'm just saying, man, we playing on a whole nother. We playing it. We're not even playing the same sport.
Yeah.
It's not even the same sport.
You know? How about that? Like I was going to say, I'm thinking that seeing each and every person as individual, that if they read this book, something's going to resonate somewhere with them, and they will remember an experience that they had that they couldn't explain. And it will be explained to them in a meaning and a way that they would understand in OWASP, tailored specifically for them.
Yep. And and OWASP got, I think OWASP got about as much history on Egypt than anybody.
Oh, it's got
the good stuff. And nobody in Kemet can tell you how to build a pyramid.
Yeah.
All the pyramids, you don't know how to build one. Not even like a little bit. You don't even know what they did. You dig what I'm talking about? You can't make one work now. You dig what I'm talking about? So you dig what I'm saying? You can laugh at it, but that's just more information you ain't got.
What gets me is when they place those blocks together, you can't even fit a dime in between where they fit those blocks together.
That thing ain't no joke. Now, it says, and the host of the spirits in darkness run for them, like cattle for salt, and the thus discover and sort them. For the lowest spirits go for the rods with water, and the highest for the rods of fire, because the lowest spirits dread the light, and because the highest spirits desire to be rescued from the lowest. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. We'll get into some more of this Forgotten, man. They kind of threw off my bill today, so thanks for coming through and building with your boy Dave. You dig what I'm talking about?
It's been a pleasure, brother Cosmon. I'll be definitely back, and I'll probably be on brother Yequab's channel tonight when he goes
on. Trilla Dubs HD, OWASP, Book of Forgotten.
And at this point, I'm gonna back on out of here, and I'm gonna give a sign of unity. This is a sign I got from brother Cosmon, from brother Daryl Cosmon. When he went on a live with the Moorish people.
Mm-hmm.
And peace and blessings to everyone in chat, and please, peace and blessings in Jehovah's name. Bye-bye now.
All right now, brother. Hey, I don't need y'all to breathe in. Go ahead, let that light in. Cause I'm Cosmo, and I'm out.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh,
it's that Jehovih, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sun south in the arc of Wayne. My brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below. That up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing current? See, the pattern is panic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the equal. And when the force hit the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah.
Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.